about it. Talk about it. Real truth and power. Health. Wealth. Knowledge of self. Uplifting the community. Let's talk about it. Real truth and power. Health. Wealth. Knowledge of self. Uplifting the community. Let's talk about it. Real truth and power. Health. Wealth. Knowledge of self. Uplifting the community. Let's talk about it.
All right, peace and blessings, family. I got a powerful guest coming in today. So before I bring him in, let's start the show off right.
You are now tuned in to Real Truth and Power, the show that uplifts the community with health, wealth, and knowledge of self. Here's your host, Everett Winchester.
All right, man, I got a powerful guest today, my brother Malachi Ross. Before I introduce my brother, he's from ROSSbros Entertainment Group. I want to play a little clip for you guys to bring him in. Hold on one second.
30 grand at, homie. Where them 30 grand at, homie? Hey, where that money at, man? Hey, yo.
Okay, Zach. Fuck that, nigga. Okay.
$30,000 short. This motherfucker, $30,000 short. It's dinner time and this bitch, man. This bitch got to get paid for something.
Bitch ass, get your bitch ass up, nigga. Get the fuck up.
You fucked up.
It's dinner time.
Yo te lo dije, cabrón, que no juegues con mi dinero.
It's dinner time.
¿Verdad que sí? ¿Verdad que yo te lo dije?
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is MALAKI, ROSSbros Entertainment. I just want to go ahead and let y'all know these are the actors. Hey, what's up, y'all? This is MALAKI, ROSSbros Entertainment. I just want to go ahead and let y'all know these are the actors behind me in the video that's coming up on Halloween called My Dinner. You don't want to miss this because this is the first of many. This ain't just a couple of songs or an idea. This is a movement. So prepare yourself. ROSSbros Entertainment, My Dinner, coming out October 31st. Halloween, nigga.
Wow, man, I'm excited. So let me bring my brother in right now, brother Malachi. Let me see if I can get you in here, my brother.
Hey, what's going on, brother?
What's going on with you? How you doing today, man? That was powerful, man. That was powerful. You got me ready to watch that.
Well, I'm feeling fantastic, man, and I'm really grateful that you're having me on the show. That right there was a little clip of the upcoming video, My Dinner. Looking forward for it getting out there.
Wow, now talk about My Dinner a little bit, because clearly you're a musician. You rap, and now you got me like all into it. It looks like it's kind of a movie. You got the actors. Talk about, is that the single? And if that's the single, talk about My Dinner, the single, and the album.
Okay, well, My Dinner is actually the first single that I'm putting out with a video to it. I've only been doing this professionally since the month of May.
Wow.
I have been doing music throughout my life. I performed here and there throughout my life. Unfortunately, I was plagued by other ailments. But My Dinner is the first video out of many. And the theme of it was about me smoking rappers who think they can just come and play and, out rap me or out think me or out hustle me for entertainment. And, we had a really, really good time doing it.
Wow, it seems fun. It seems fun. Well, let me ask you, how did you get into the entertainment business? Because that is a tough business to get into. And what's up with ROSSbros Entertainment? Is that your company? So how did that all begin?
Well, got into music very early. I think when I heard the first rap song back in 79, I think I was about 10, 11 years old. That's when the rapping aspect of my dreams took full force. But when hip hop first came out and I saw the break dancers on the corner in New York City, I was just taken aback by that and off to the races from that very second. I was fascinated.
Now, what is ROSSbros Entertainment Group? Is that is that your company, and what's that all about?
Yes, ROSSbros Entertainment is it's me and my two other brothers, Young Papa and the Scratch Wizard, and we are a branch off from our DJing entity called ROSSbros, which is very popular on the Delmarva Peninsula, Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia. Again, we've been doing this since tween years, and today the aspect of ROSSbros is like a very successful entity on the peninsula and most parts of the East Coast. And ROSSbros extended from that because of our desire to actually go in the studio and produce our own music. So ROSSbros is in fact the company of ours.
Okay. Now I'm huge into hip hop, so I gotta ask you a few things. How do you feel about the state of hip hop now? Now, before you begin, I'm like a KRS-One lyrical type of guy, so I don't really focus on all about the music, but you gotta have some banging beats of production too. But where do you feel the state of hip hop is going now? Because a little bit of it I'm not feeling. Some of the new stuff I'm not feeling.
Okay, well, I'll get right to it. What's going on with the they got what's called mumble rappers out here today. And, a lot of people don't like it. They think that it deters from the goal of it's supposed to be about. But in my opinion, hip hop is not just about the entertainer. It's a whole movement as a whole. Now, when you talk about KRS-One, he had a role in hip hop, and his role is his self-proclaimed role as a teacher.
Right.
And his lyrical content is phenomenal. And if you sit and listen to him, you will leave the song or the rap instruction enlightened. You know what I mean? Now today, unfortunately, the content that rappers use really stems around big booty women and drugs and what have you. And, I'm not really, going to sit here and say that I condone that. But is just one aspect of it. It's about the flow, your catchy phrases and all of that. It's still hip hop, and the predecessors don't like it as much. But I am a thorough believer that, it has to evolve. It's just like any other thing you look at. In the beginning, when something is pioneered, it's off one way, and other people leech onto it behind you, and they hone it into their own, what they think is their field of expertise or whatever, and it changes in some ways, but the essence of it is still the same. That being said, I am not for that mumble rap stuff. I like you to understand where I'm coming from. But I'm kind of like in the middle of old school hip hop and what they're playing today. I actually take my own lane, and I think that My Dinner is going to really express that.
Wow. Now that was powerful that you were talking and you brought in a lot of history of hip hop. But let's talk about MALAKI. I know you have a powerful background and history about yourself and your journey. Talk about the journey you went through, some of the struggles you went through, and how you grew and became the man you are today.
Sure. I was born in the state of Delaware. And as they say in rap music, I came from the mud. But if you really look at what mud is dirt and water. Okay, water is the essence of life, and it's what is needed to survive. Without it, you can't. And coming up of that. So let's just say that I came from the dirt. You know what I'm saying? And I took the cards I was dealt, and I ran. I got caught up in the glamour of what people had, because at a very early age, I moved to Harlem, New York City. And I was raised there and lived there most of my life. And what I was attracted to, people were attracted to, the pimps, the pushers, the drug dealers, all of the things that had to do with the glamorous street life. But, unfortunately for me, I had my little reign as, a ghetto fabulous drug dealer. Mm-hmm. But I soon learned that there is no success. Drug dealers don't retire and move to Florida and buy acres of land. They go to prison, they die, or they get murdered. But there's no happy ending that I've seen. Even people who get as big as like Noriega, eventually they went and got it.
Right.
So unfortunately for this person, my story is that I became sincerely and severely addicted to the very drugs that I was pushing out into the street. And as a result, I was lost for many years, in fact, decades, which is why I'm just being reintroduced to my craft now, because of my obedience to my higher power has allowed me to pursue yet again the talent given me here I am today.
Now, I know you guys are on YouTube, and again, I want to just thank you for that powerful message and your history and your history of you, because people can learn that there's another way if they just keep hanging in there and keep going through the journey. I know you got you're pushing your YouTube channel now. Before we go further, what's your YouTube channel so I can put it up so people can see it?
Is, if you can see what's going across the top of the screen, it is ROSSbros Entertainment Group. You must spell ROSSbros exactly like you see it here on the screen, with Ross in caps, no space, bros with lowercase, and then Entertainment Group. Or you could just put in ROSSbros as it's spelled here, and that too will bring up the same information.
And that you said that's ROSSbros. It's like ROSSbros Entertainment, just like that, right?
Yes, ROSSbros Entertainment Group is one page, and that's where the video is going to come. But if you were to go to YouTube and just put in ROSSbros without the entertainment group, but ROSSbros spelled exactly like it is here, then you will still find the information.
Wonderful. Before I get in a little bit about what you guys got going on, I wanted to talk to you. It's like some crazy stuff going on with the elections and stuff like that. Ice Cube had that plan out, and DL Hughley got on him a little bit, and he's talking about rappers shouldn't even be talking to political figures. If you had come into a position where you could talk to Donald Trump, how would you go about it? And do you think DL was a little too critical on Ice Cube?
Well, I mean, I didn't really hear the DL Hughley side, but I did hear the Ice Cube side. My take might be somewhere in the middle. If I had, the means and the ability to sit in front of Donald Trump, my only questions would probably focus around the racial issues and why do you hate us so much? There's other things to look at about it. This man is a racist in my eyes.
Right.
And it's sad, but the thing about it is, I know people that want to leave this country because of it. And then there are other people that I know that say after all these years and all the people that have died to get us where we are now, even though it's not where we're supposed to be, we need to stay and continue the march on to equality. What your agenda is not going to last. It's just a bunch of last-minute baby boomers that are fading to black in the economy and everywhere else in this United States. and you don't want to let go of the reins. But the United States is changing, whether you like it or not, and we are going to have what we deserve in this country,
Right.
whether you like it or not.
Right. Now, what do you say about the voting? Because you know, when you're in that music industry, you do influence a lot of our youth, things of that nature, people that are going to be following you, following your lead. What do you feel about the voting? Talk to the people that are, you know, following you, that are going to start learning about ROSSbros and MALAKI. What do you tell them about the voting?
Okay, well, the first thing I would say is you can sit on your sofa all day and solve the world's problems. But if you don't get your behind out there to the polls and vote, then all that talk is just jibber jabber. You know, if you want to change the world, the first thing you have to do is change yourself. And you can only do that by getting up off your behind and getting to the polls and casting your vote and being heard.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Now, go into it a little bit about your album a little bit more, and talk about some of the upcoming projects you guys have coming out.
Oh, well, after this, I'm really excited about this. So just let me get over that rush for a minute. My Dinner is a good project, and we're getting a lot of support. But the next project is going to be called Honey Cream Money Green. You can find the single audio on my YouTube page, ROSSbros Entertainment Group, but it has nothing when it compares to what's going to be when the video comes out. I'm really excited about it, and you know, video with the audio is what really entertains the consumer and makes them want to restream your music. So they need a visual, and I'm going to give them one heck of a visual for Honey Cream Money Green. And we have some up-tempo, club-style, Miami-based type of videos coming out and songs. That will come in the middle of the next year. But I'm really excited about where we're going. And the very next project after Honey Cream will be, in fact, it may be before Honey Cream, will be a song produced by my brother called Bigger Than Life. I am very excited about that. I had the blessings to be able to master that track. And he did a fantastic job on it. And my brother, he embraces the old school lyrical content type of flow. And his growl is ferocious.
Oh man.
On the track. It's gonna be heat, man. It's gonna be heat.
Now, I know the music industry is tough. The entertainment business is tough just in general. Talk about how hard it is to get into the business, how hard it is to stay in it, you know, without giving up. And give some advice to some of our young, inspiring musicians and actors or what have you.
Certainly. I'm here to tell you, again, I have been doing this since May of this year. And I've wanted to give up very early on. I posted a few videos on Facebook where I was really, you know, discouraged because the people that you think are going to back you and support you, they just aren't there like you thought they would be. But what I've learned is this: social media is the way to go. That's the bottom line. And internet radio is the wave of the future, in my opinion. But the problem is that the consumer who likes to be on social media, they like to surf the way they like to surf. And when you put a pop-up or a link to click onto that interrupts their flow of surfing, 9 times out of 10, they do not like to do it. Not that they don't want to support you, it's just that they want to do it the way that they want to do it. And all the time, it doesn't work out in your favor. My advice to up and aspiring artists would be to not give up the fight. Just, you know, keep making music, and eventually you will come up with a track that is so profound that the consumer has no choice but to, you know, if you're up in their face enough, eventually they're going to be either aggravated or intrigued enough to say, let me just see what the heck this is. And then, you know, the hope for me is that when they do that, that they're so blown away by what they see and hear, that they want to go ahead and include you in their surf from that point forward.
Now I see you got the T-shirt. I'm checking out the style with the T-shirt on. Do you guys have any clothing gear and stuff you're going to be doing in the future?
Yes, very early we have created a clothing line. It's patent pending, and we still are getting it out to people who are close to us and who follow us on Instagram and Facebook. But sooner than later, we plan to get it all out with the register and purchase the apparel online, or who knows, with God's blessing, eventually we'll be able to have it where you can find it in any of your stores. So this is the dream, but it doesn't start without the first step.
Now, I know a lot dealing with the music industry is about doing shows, getting out there. Are you guys in the process of doing some shows and things of that nature? And how can we promote you and get in contact with you for that?
Well, you can go to, you can inbox me on the YouTube page, or you can go to Instagram at Malaki R42, Malaki spelled Malaki R42, or you can catch me on Malachi Ross. There's 4,999 friends. And you can find me there, and I have a connected ROSSbros Entertainment Group page, and you can contact me that way. And as far as performing right now, we have not had the opportunity to do anything other than continuously DJ. We do have a ROSSbros Entertainment North and South. I'm down here in sunny South Florida, which I call paradise. And then we have my family up in New York City. We also have family in the state of Delaware, which is where the other ROSSbros studio is. I'm just looking forward to pushing this any way that we can, but the network is not as big as I'd like it to be right now. It's an uphill battle, and the struggle continues, man. But if I didn't think this was going to end up on the successful side of the spectrum, I would have abandoned this a long time ago.
Well, I'm glad you're doing it, brother. You're really doing a great job, and I appreciate you for allowing our platform to have you on. I just got a couple more questions. I don't want to hold you up. I know you're busy, and I know you're grinding. The state of our youth right now, because hip hop, we're old school, but it's still in a young movement, and it attracts so many of our young black males. Give them a message that of where they need to go right now, and some of the things that they could be doing productively.
Well, as far as the lyrical content and the music, I mean, now we have the women are blowing up with their music, but all they're talking about is their body parts and what they do with their body, and what they do with their body parts. And it's all come from the way that hip hop has traveled amongst the male rappers, because, the lyrical content specifically about using some type of drug, doing, X-rated things with girls in the bathroom or in the VIP. It's really getting kind of old, man, Mm-hmm. Now the youth, they like it, and I can't hate on nobody for making money, but at what point do we turn hip hop into another direction? And positivity has to be embarked upon, because we are the leaders of the people who follow us. And if we don't show them the way, then they will be lost. And right now, I think we're losing people by making them think it's okay to do drugs, slap a hoe, do dirty deed, cheat on your wife, and drive a BMW or Lamborghini and do nothing for the hood, because there's, no new friends, nobody new into our clique. It's just a bunch of hate stuff, and it stems to what has been handed down to us by the people who never liked us in the first place, who have come into the culture and manipulated us into believing that we should continue to hate ourselves. I would say find some teachers like KRS-One who can teach and educate yourself. Follow people. I'm a firm believer and lover and movement of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. You know, I think people need to pay more attention to that and learn how to have an uprising of our people so that we move in a direction that's more positive than what has been happening in times of recent. We just need to go a different way with this music because the children are listening and the children will follow.
Oh, sure. Now, I'm glad you mentioned the minister. I'm not sure if you are you. I'm sure you're familiar with Vlad TV. Are you familiar with that platform, Vlad TV?
I'm sorry, you blanked out on me just a little bit there.
No, you good. Are you familiar with the platform DJ Vlad TV?
Well, I think I've seen some things come across Facebook because I do frequent that, but I can't say that I've heard of that name specifically.
No, that's fine.
I have seen some clips.
That's fine. Lord Jamar of the Brand Nubians, he used to always be on his show, you know, going in, you know, whatever the case may be. And now he's saying, I'm not going to go on your show anymore. I think Vlad said something that was incorrect and disrespectful. Was talking bad about the minister and misquoted the minister. And he basically said, and Vlad's a white guy, basically he said that, you know, he was incorrect on what he said about the minister, but he's not going to apologize. So Lord Jamar, the comedian Godfrey, you know, they got their own platform now, and they said they're not going to support Vlad and that he's a culture, you know, pretty much a culture vulture for our community and stuff like that. You know, what do you feel about that as far as the culture vultures and things like that?
Well, I mean, unfortunately, we allow, I call them parasites, because we're the food that they feed upon, you know, and anytime there's material or content amongst black people that can be consumed and reiterated or reconstructed in a way that's beneficial to them, but yet harmful to us, nobody really cares. They just do what helps them to eat. And I'm totally against that. So if they left his show because of this, then I'm all for it. Hey, I applaud you, you know, because we don't need any more people, you know, taking from us, you know, and doing the things that they do to benefit themselves at our cost. And one more thing I want to say. It's something that Farrakhan says that makes perfect sense to me. You have the Indians and the Arabs coming into our neighborhoods and selling us all the things that we think we love at discount prices and saving us walks to the big conglomerates like Publix and Walmart. So we buy these things from these people, and not a dime of the money that they make goes back into our neighborhood.
That's right.
And that really upsets me. And I think that, you know, if we're going to become hip hop entrepreneurs and successful black businessmen and businesswomen, then we need to go back into our hoods and turn them into what we want them to be. Instead of allowing people to come in, suck the blood out of us, and then take their money and run. Now, that being said, I can't blame the Indians for making money and then sending it back to their country. Arabs for taking that money and sending it back to their country. But why don't we do the same thing by taking the money and putting it back into our own neighborhoods so that we can live better? You know, I'm really blown away how some people can become so successful and not put a dime back into where they came from, other than dropping a few $1,000s off in the neighborhood and say, yo, I helped feed the hood. You didn't help do nothing but buy some beer from the Arabs that they used the money to buy. You didn't teach them how to take that money and make any money. You just gave them money to give to the Arabs and give to the Indians so that they can take that money back to their countries. You ain't done, excuse my language, you ain't done shit for us.
That's right. Go ahead, brother. There you flowing.
So if I get to a position of financial power and wealth where I'm able to do something good for my neighborhood, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going back to 3rd and North in Seaford, Delaware, and I'm going to turn that community into a place the likes of which people have never seen, because there will be black-owned businesses. There will be black-owned everything. There will be streets named after people who lived their lives and gave themselves to the town that they live in, and there will be streets named after them if I have anything to do with it. You let me get on top, and I'll show you what to do with that money.
Wow, man. I didn't know you was from Seaford. I went to UMES, so we frequently, yeah, man, we frequently went down there and partied. That's right. Seaford's not a joke. People sleeping on Seaford. They got some strong brothers down there. Some hard times everywhere, no doubt. No doubt. Man, I appreciate you, Brother Malachi. Real quick, just plug yourself in. Tell them all your platforms and how they can reach you.
Okay, you can catch us on Spotify. Oh, let me just simplify that. You can catch us on every major streaming site in the world, all over. But the biggest one that you can find is the most easy and without cost. You can catch us on YouTube. We will be plugging in a lot more videos this year. Again, you can catch us on Facebook at Malachi at Malachi Ross, and there's a connected ROSSbros Entertainment Group page. You can catch me on Instagram at Malachi R42, and also you can catch us Bros, all caps, VIBSBROS. And there are a lot of other supporting pages that other people head, but we are a part of. But those are the main entities where you can catch us. And if you support us, your time and your time and attention will not go wasted. I promise you.
Man, I want to thank you again for blessing the platform, and whatever we can do, man, we got you. You know, we're going to promote you like crazy, and just let me know what's going on with you so I can let the people know, all right?
I appreciate you, man. God bless. And
God
you guys
bless.
need to really get some of this when it comes to Farrakhan.
No doubt, no doubt. I appreciate you again. That was Brother Malachi Ross. And I want to thank him so much again. It was a powerful interview. Before I let you guys go, and I got to hook my brother up with this guy too, because we all about networking. Let me promote my man KT Megason before we get out of here in this mini-series Snitch.
He's your friend, right? So, what's your price?
It's bad that I'm even here. And now you are kind of insulting me by making me an offer to kill him.
Everyone has a price. You owe the Havanuk family money. I can pay that debt and all your other debts. But your friend has to go first.
You know that's close to $1 million. Why don't you go and hire someone else for less?
A killing isn't the same unless it's from someone you're close to.
When can I get the money?
Far from a snitch, I just found my niche. So hit my line, I get that info quick. And don't forget to cash at me them chips. I keep a low profile, don't be running your lips.
All right, that was my brother KT Megason. You can check out his interview as well. And definitely check out my man Malachi. We're going to be pushing him, man. He's got some strong music. And you know I love my hip-hop. So, man, another powerful show. We are out of here. Hotep, peace and blessings, man. And stay tuned. We got a busy week this week. We got a busy week. Holla at your boy.
Real truth and power, health, wealth, knowledge of self, uplifting the community. Let's talk about it. Real truth and power, health, wealth, knowledge of self, uplifting the community. Let's talk about it.